are talking, make sure to point the microphones at you. Roll. I'm going to turn it over to our TSL lead reporter, Ashley Fry.
Hi guys, I'm happy to have you guys here. Thank you for coming. My first question is for you, Coach. Last time we talked, you guys were right in the middle of two-a-days. You were kind of talking about how you guys are just keeping your head down, doing the work, trying to get through them. Now, so close to week one, I'm curious to know about your mentality for your first game stepping on that field as Warren's head coach.
Well, I mean, from my perspective, it's my job to get my team as ready to play as I can, to make sure we're prepared as a coaching staff to have a good plan and be ready to execute it and to do the things that we do well and do them as much as we can do them to get as much advantage as we can. So, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with going into week one, making sure we're healthy, which we are right now, which is good, and making sure we're in condition to go put our best foot forward.
Colton Jeffries, River Cities News. You guys won the Twin State League last year, if I remember correctly. What is the one thing, this is for the coaches or the players, what's the one thing that's going to make or break this championship in the season?
Go ahead, guys.
Can you repeat that? I didn't hear you.
You guys won the Twin State League last year. What's the one thing that's going to make or break this championship defending season to make sure you guys are top of the mountain again?
Obviously, we graduated quite a few guys last year. I think we graduated 10 guys, so we're gonna have to have a lot of young guys step up and make big plays. We got a lot of roles to fill. I think now that we have a summer under our belt, we're starting to figure out who's going where and what, and hopefully this Friday we can see what the rest of the season is going to look like.
So this past season for you guys, and this, I know you guys can answer this question, was like truly a breakout season. I mean, it was almost like eye-opening. I feel like you guys made people start to pay attention to you. So what is the move like for this season? Where do you go from such an amazing season? How do you get better instead of taking a step back?
I'll start and then let one of them finish. I think, for one, we haven't talked about last year very much because it really doesn't impact this year. It really doesn't make a difference. It really doesn't. If we were 0-10 or we were 7-3, you're 0-0 right now. And so I don't know how much we've even talked about last year or what last year was or what we did last year. And so, yeah, we've earned some respect and we've earned some, we were fortunate enough to make the playoffs in a really tough region and got that experience, which is good. And that'll help our program going forward. But the big thing is you just take one day at a time and you just get better that day and then see what that brings you as the season goes on.
Ethan Sargent, Media Sports. Ashley just mentioned how you guys did win the league last year. How is the mentality going to be a little bit different with a target on your back this year as you guys are now at the top and the other three teams in your league are now gunning for your spot?
Go ahead, Steele, for Eric.
Obviously, it's a big target on our back because this was our first year winning Twin State League. It's been 5 years since we've started this. But I think we'll be able to defend the championship again because we've looked at other teams, obviously, but that's not what we're worried about right now. And we're looking really good this year, in my opinion. So I think we'll be able to defend the championship.
It was kind of hit on a little bit earlier. Region 11 is the toughest region in pretty much the entire state. You guys went 7-3, won the TSL, and if I'm not mistaken, we're the 16th seed, correct?
Yeah.
Now that the field is shrunk to 12, how much harder do you guys have to work to get into the playoffs? And how important are these early season games for you all?
I mean, it's important. Every game's important. I tell them, and we'll talk about this, but it's a series of if it's 10 individual seasons. Every week's a season, and you're looking to win that week. If you look forward to trying to make the playoffs, making it as a 16 was great. And if we like to say if we would have moved a division down, we're a different seed, probably a different result in the playoffs. We are where we are. We're probably the smallest team in that region. If we're not, we're probably the second or third smallest. But it is what it is. We just got to go win, and then wherever those chips fall, that's where they fall. I mean, you can't look that far ahead.
You guys have a pretty tough week 1 game against a really good team. So what has the talk been in the locker room and at practice for you guys getting ready for a tough week 1 game?
Nothing really changes. I mean, we go every week. We work hard. We work the same every week, so nothing's really changed. I think the intensity needs to pick up just a little bit, just because it's not a scrimmage, it's not 7-on-7, it's an actual game. But we work hard every week, so nothing really changes.
And after losing to them last year in the fourth quarter, definitely makes it a bigger target on our schedule.
Coach, I'm just interested, coming into this group this year, just tell me, early days in practice, what did you notice about this team that made them unique or special?
Well, I mean, every team's unique. I think you write your own story as the season goes on. I think one thing about this team I've enjoyed is they come to work every day. We don't have much drama. We don't have much complaining. We come to work. We get our work done to the best of our ability. And we've had some moments of honest conversations, but for the most part, I think there's no complaining. There's no snipping back and forth with coaches and or players. So that's pretty special about this group. I've coached most of these kids for their whole career. So it's kind of a known entity. They know me and I know them, and that's helped. But I think our story, we're in the process of writing it now, and we'll see what's special and unique about this team.
And when we just came out to see you guys practice a few weeks ago, Coach, we talked a lot about grit and the importance of grit in this team. So I'm now wondering for the players what that word means to you guys. What is the definition of grit for you guys in the way that you play?
Go ahead, Steele.
It just comes down to coming on the field with maximum effort and play without physical our opponent. It's really all it comes down to. Just play harder than whoever we're going up against that week.
Yeah, showing up obviously is the first thing you have to do to have grit and want to be there. You got to come out excited. You can't be like down on your other teammates or negative about everything else. You obviously have to have like a good impact on your others to make it fun to be around and have a good season.
Do you want me to say
If
something?
you want to.
I'm good. No, I'm good.
And then, Coach, just piggybacking off of that, when I showed up to practice, the first thing I noticed was just the intensity, right? Everything seemed like it was like a game speed, and everybody was, it was like an actual game, right? That's what it sounded like. Just tell me, how important is it to get that environment at your practices day in and day out?
Well, you were there at a certain segment of our practice. It's not 2 or 3 hours of that. You can't do that, and we don't have any interest, But you were there at a time where that's what we do on defensive days, and so it was pretty intense there for about 30 minutes. You have to practice that way if you're going to play that way. You can't expect to show up at a game and play the way we have to play to win games without practicing playing that way. So it's just always been my mentality. The coaches I've coached with have had that mentality, and so it's just carried right into how we conduct our business.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for the press conference part. If you'll follow Luke out, I'll take you to the photo studio.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Had to make Steele talk. I didn't think he was going to say it. Thank you, guys.
No problem, no problem.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you. River Valley next.